Yo, it's Elliott with Yo Elliott. You got strength questions, and I got your answer. Yo, Elliott. Well, today we got a great question from our buddy Connor. He wants to know how a muscular imbalance in his abdominals may be leading to further dysfunction in his body. Check him out.
Yo, Elliott. My name's Connor. I'm a sprinter, and I have two main questions for you. My ribs. Obviously, they're protruding or sticking out, and this obviously doesn't look good, and it could be another factor that's causing my second problem, which I'll get to in a second. First off, I've heard from multiple people, including physical therapists, that tightening my obliques, and maybe my obliques are weak and my upper abs are too developed, that they're pushing out my ribs and my obliques aren't strong enough to pull them back in. Secondly, my next question, shin splints. I've just recently watched your how to heal shin splints video, and basically everything you explained in that pertains to me. Everything. I have a acid reflux disease, so GERD, that could be shutting down my deep abdominal wall. And thanks for all your videos, man. They've helped me a ton already. And if you could just do this for me, I'd be very, very happy. And I'm a big fan of yours. Thanks for everything. And I hope you get this question. I hope you answer it.
Connor, the first thing I'd like to do is thank you for your question, buddy. It's a very good question, and it will cause me to bring up a point that needs to be made. That your musculoskeletal system is greatly impacted by your physiology. What's happening in your digestive system, and through your nervous system is impacting your musculoskeletal system. So in my model for personal development, there are 4 layers of strength. The reason why I call them layers is because they set on top of each other. And the deeper the layer, the more it has an impact on the more superficial layers. The most superficial layer of my 4 layers of strength is a musculoskeletal strength. Right below it is your physiological strength. Often you've heard me talk about things like viscerosomatic inhibition, whereby a muscle will shut down because of an irritation or dysfunction in an organ. The same way that when you have someone says, if you're having a heart attack, one of the things you'll experience is the left arm going numb. The reason why that is because the heart and the left arm are in the same neurological loop. If there's a dysfunction with the organ in that loop, it's going to affect the muscle. Another example I often give is with the deep abdominal wall. If you're eating foods that are irritating to your gut lining, it's on the same, your colon's on the same neurological loop as your deep abdominal wall, your transversus abdominis, right? And if you are eating foods that irritate the organ, it's going to shut off the muscle, thus creating a situation where you have a punch belly. You cannot tighten or you can't draw in, right? Now, with your situation, you're having the exact opposite of an inhibition, a muscular inhibition. What you're actually having are muscles that have become hypertonic and turned on because of a dysfunction in your physiology, namely the GERD or the acid reflux that you've described. What's happening, and what I qualified by asking you, is when you experience pain, pain will change your body in so many different ways. And your posture is a result of the pain that you're experiencing with the physiological dysfunction of the GERD or the acid reflux disease, right? Because every time you experience that pain, one of the things you do is you tense or tighten your upper abdominals. If you tense or tighten a muscle over an extended period of time, what happens? It hypertrophies. That's why we do what we do in a gym. We want to build the muscles by driving tension through that muscle in a frequent fashion for several reps or sets or time periods. Well, what you're doing is you're holding those upper abdominal muscles in your solar plexus and the muscles underneath your rib cage. You're holding them very tight. You mentioned that you push on them when you experience pain. So you could imagine that you're exercising all day long as you have that pain. And you may be dealing with the dysfunction and the pain associated with it by taking medication. But you also have the history of experiencing the pain prior to having it dealt with through medication, right? So the root cause of your entire musculoskeletal dysfunction is a physiological problem. You're probably wondering what exercises and stretches you should do in order to correct your musculoskeletal dysfunction, but what I'm going to do is take you to a deeper layer in the 4 layers of strength, which is physiological, and ask you to find a natural means for dealing with your GERD, your acid reflux disease. And the reason why I keep doing disease is because it is not so much, it is a disease, I mean you don't have ease, but it's not one in that you're born with this and you have no choice. It's a lifestyle dysfunction. And through my experience with my clients who have had GERD or acid reflux disease, which is very easily dealt with by changing lifestyle and nutrition habits, is that they're typically dehydrated. Right? So if you're not drinking at least half your body weight in ounces of water a day, you're probably dehydrated, and it is leading to the digestive dysfunction. The way this happens is if you could imagine a washing machine where you just dump in the soap, no water. You just dump it in, and this is analogous to the acids in your stomach. And you turn on the washing machine, you walk away, and you come back and you wonder why this stuff is not washed. I put in soap, right? So your body, not knowing any better, like the individual who was about to just dump more soap into the washing machine, your body starts pumping more acid. It's like, look, we gotta digest this freaking food. It can't sit here forever. So let's pump more acid. And it keeps pumping acid. And the reason why it keeps pumping acid is because the food's not getting digested. The reason why the food's not getting digested is the same reason why those clothes aren't being washed. There's no water in the system. Water is a solution that will carry the enzymes in the same way that with the washing machine it will carry the soap to all of the things in the machine to get washed or digested. My suggestion is to stay hydrated all day long. I'm not saying guzzle a gallon of water before you eat. In fact, that may cause other problems. What I'm saying is drink enough water all day long, half your body weight in ounces throughout the day, and stay hydrated so that there's enough hydration, there's enough water in your body to mix with the chemicals in your stomach and the enzymes to break down your food. That's the very first thing I'm going to suggest. The second thing that I've recognized with people who have acid reflux disease is that they don't chew their food properly. They just stuff it down, usually on the go or in a stressful situation. Stress has a lot to do with it also, but I'm trying to give you things that you can just begin today, right? Chew your food properly. 40 chews per bite if you can. Slow down and chew your food till it's liquid. That way when it gets into your stomach, your body is not so taxed with the job of breaking down big chunks of food. It's already been somewhat broken down in your mouth. Slow down, chew your food, make sure that you're well hydrated. The take-home point here for everyone watching this video is that we've got to take a step back. We've always got to take a step or take a look a bit deeper than the physical manifestation of what we're dealing with. We always want the right exercises and the right stretches, but if we don't consider the physiology, what's going on with the organs of the body, and all the muscles, all of your limbs move out from your organs. If you study embryonic biology, the way a human being is developed in the embryo. Each layer of strength is affected by the layer below it. So your musculoskeletal system is going to be affected by your physiological state. Your physiological state is affected greatly by your energetic or psychological state. We cannot fix one layer without considering the deeper layers. So I hope that was helpful to you. Try to do some research on natural means for curing yourself of the digestive dysfunction. Deal with that first, and then start to consider what stretches. You're definitely going to need some massage that's associated with correcting the muscular imbalances. Then you can take that isolation and turn it into integration and really correct your posture and start to have a much more well-rounded physique and perform better. Hope that's helpful. Talk to you next time. Yo, Elliot.